So for all students who are doing some research where they need to locate images, and especially for students who might struggle with their interaction with text, Britannica Image Quest can be an incredible resource. And there's a couple different ways that I think it can be really effective, particularly for students who might really struggle with gaining information from text or even videos. And so one example that I'll use is if you're doing a research project on ancient Egypt, and particularly different roles within ancient Egypt society. And so I'm going to search for ancient Egypt farmer and see what images I could locate. And so if a student was looking for information, you wanted them to gain an understanding of what that role looked like in ancient Egypt, what tools they used, what were some aspects of their existence that maybe you wanted them to pull out. These images can be a really effective way for some students to do that, either to complement text or video or really in place of those. And I think ImageQuest offers a lot of flexible ways to get that out. First of all, when you're going through ImageQuest, very quickly you can just click those plus buttons and it's going to add it to your Lightbox, which is like a collection of the images for that topic that you want to start collecting. And so I think that alone is a really easy way for students and also for teachers to be able to start accumulating images on a very specific resource. Now once you're at an image, it gives you a lot of information, some great easy ways to cite that image. There's also a hyperlink to it that you can have a direct hyperlink to something if you want students to get to. You can download an individual image, add it to the Lightbox, or print it as a PDF or in paper. But I really do like when you can go through and navigate through the images, add those to your Lightbox, and then after you get them in your Lightbox, and in this case if we're looking for things about farmers in ancient Egypt, once they're in your Lightbox you can do a couple interesting things with pulling them together to use in other instructional materials. So once you click on the Lightbox, you'll see all the images that you've added, and you could download selected ones or download them all. And so your options are going to be once you're in there to be able to print all of them at once. And if you choose to print all of them at once, you can pull it up. It actually pulls it up in a PDF document, which you can save, which I kind of like that, because then what you could do is you could actually have this as a handout, which you give to some students. Alternatively, if some students are pulling this up in the computers and want to interact with this image, and maybe they really struggle with reading the captions that go along with it, they can actually use something like Natural Reader or WordQ to highlight the words or the descriptions of the images and have them read aloud, which I think can be a nice support. And some of these do have much more extensive descriptions with them than are illustrated here. But you can see the quality of the images and the variety that they can offer just from this simple search for ancient Egyptian farmers. There are other ways that you can access these images as well, and maybe you just want to select a few of them, and then you can choose to download all or download those selected ones that you've just clipped, and it's going to download it in a zip file, so you'll click Save. So in this case I'm going to download these images into my Egyptian farmer folder, and once that's done, I'll go into that folder and I'll choose to unzip the file that I've downloaded by right-clicking on it and choose Extract All. And then I'm going to end up with all these images that I selected from my Lightbox in one folder that I can then insert into a Word document or a PowerPoint or into an Inspiration graphic organizer, and I can use them in a lot of different ways or provide them as a group of images for students to use as part of their projects who maybe would struggle with that process of searching for images. And then once you're in there, you can choose to copy an image. And so I'm going to show you an example of what you could do in Inspiration with some of these images. And maybe for students who really struggle with writing, you could do a simple sorting activity with these images in Inspiration to illustrate what roles are represented by different images. But you could also make your digital pathfinder that you may create for this research topic come alive a little more and provide a little more guidance for students by incorporating some of these images into your organizer. So those are some different ways that I think students can gain a lot of information from this incredible resource of ImageQuest and what's on there, even very on a very specific topic, and give you a little more control on where you send students to search for images. And I just think there's a lot of creative ways that we could use this, both for students who are just, doing research and kind of with the routine tools, but also for students who need quite a bit of support in their interaction with these concepts.